I've heard many people say that, well, and this is with the grass is greener concept, that if I had enough money, then all my problems would be resolved, right? And that's their whole grass is greener. I just don't have enough money. If I have enough money, then all my problems are gone.
The biggest myth.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of
Unanswered.
I am Joe.
I'm Joyce.
And we're going to be your host for today. Thank you for joining our podcast where we would love to think, question, and connect. We're an American family living here in Jazan, Saudi Arabia, and we just want to show you a bit of our lives. But before we get into any of that, first thing we'd like for you to do is go ahead and press that subscribe button.
And follow us on your favorite social media platform. We are on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and on X. So there's no excuses. Come by and say hi. Tell us who you are. We would love to hear from you.
Please go ahead and subscribe. Just do it. As I said, we are a family. We live here in Saudi Arabia, in Jazan, Saudi Arabia. And we just want to give you a glimpse into our lives. The other thing we love to do is we love to bridge generations, nations, and stations. And the last thing we love to do and why this podcast is called Unanswered is we like to answer life's biggest questions. The way we do that is by using different sayings, phrases, idioms, proverbs, whatever the case may be, and we check them out in different languages to see what they mean, and answer the questions that they propose as well. So that's what we're going to do today. We have a great one for you. It's one I think that everybody pretty much knows. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
In English, everybody knows this, I'm sure.
Yes.
We say this all the time, so you probably have something like this as well. But it's called "The Grass is Greener."
On the other side.
On the other side. The grass is greener. The grass is greener on the other side.
The grass is green.
Typically.
On the other side.
So it's called "The Grass is Greener on the Other Side," and we're going to learn what it means. Shall we watch the video first?
Let's watch it.
Okay, watch this.
The grass is always greener on the other side. An English proverb with Roman roots. This timeless saying dates back to 1 BC when Ovid, a Roman poet, wrote, "The harvest is always richer in another man's field." It speaks to the nature of human envy, thinking someone else's life looks better than ours. Fast forward to 1545, and English scholar Richard Taverner tweaked it. "The corn in another man's ground seems more fertile," he says. By the 17th century, the poet George Herbert spun it as, "The apples on the other side of the wall are sweetest." The modern grass version likely came from 19th century America, inspired by cows stretching over fences for seemingly lusher grass. By 1897, newspapers used it, and a 1924 folk song by Billy Jones made it even more popular. From ancient fields to our world today, this proverb reminds us, what's out of reach often looks better than it really is.
All right, so yet another great video. That was "The Grass is Greener on the Other Side." I know, the cows are kind of crazy, right? They're like up at their thing, which that reminds me of a joke.
What joke?
Okay, so...
I don't know, you guys. I don't know.
This is my joke, okay? There's two cows, right? And one is inside the fenced-in area on the farm, right?
Yeah.
And the other one is out in the meadow, on the opposite side of the fence, out in the meadow, like running around.
Okay.
Which of the cows is singing "Don't Fence Me In"?
The one inside.
Nope.
The one outside?
Nope.
What?
Neither. Cows can't sing. Sorry.
I told you guys.
It's my dead joke for today.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I'm so glad you're a dad, so you have a legit excuse for turning out all these dad jokes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
My goodness.
Every dad out there understands me.
That is an
Every other
embarrassment.
dad out there identifies with me. I don't care what you say. Every dad understands me. Okay, so anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I did like the cows though, and I like the video as well. It was actually pretty cool. So, we're talking about the grass being greener, and basically what it's talking about is the fact that people always think that it's better on the other side. Like
other people have it better.
Yeah, other people have it better. They have it better than me. And I don't think that can be further from the truth. I don't agree with that. But before we jump into that, let me ask you this question. Do they have this phrase in Chinese?
Okay, I was really thinking about it and I couldn't think of any grass is greener. But if we're talking about like the subject of like envy and coveting,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right? I could think of one saying, 吃不到的葡萄是酸的.
The grapes are
The
sour.
grapes that you cannot eat.
The grapes that 吃不
So,
到. Okay.
吃不到.
吃不到.
So the grapes that you can't reach, you can't grab,
The grapes that you can't grab are
sour.
Okay.
So it's a different spin. It's like, oh, they realize that the grapes are out of reach. So they make a conclusion in their heads that it's
So they're the ones that
It's
they
sour.
can't reach, so they must be sour anyway. So you didn't miss anything. Those must be sour grapes anyway.
Yes,
I can't
yes,
reach
yes.
them. That's a great way. That's the opposite.
It's
It's the same, but it's a little bit like different
got a
take on
different
it.
twist.
But
Yeah.
it's the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So what that brings us to the next question. Is there an Arabic equivalent? Do you guys have a version of this? The grass is greener on the other side in Arabic. Basically, a phrase that kind of means like where you kind of want what somebody else has, or people who are always looking for whatever or comparing themselves to other people. Is there an Arabic equivalent? If there is, leave it in the comments. Tell us what it is. Help us learn how to say it. Hopefully, we can video some people at some point and put them on the page as well, so that everybody can see. But that would be great. So leave us a comment and let us know. But let's go down deeper and talk about this. The grass is greener on the other side. So basically, I think we deal with a number of different subjects or topics when we're talking about the grass being greener on the other side. We're talking about like envy, jealousy,
Contentment.
discontent, right?
Yes. Coveting.
Yeah, coveting.
Yes.
Pretty much just wanting what someone else has. And I think we'd all agree that that's probably not the healthiest way to live.
No, but it's part of it is also very natural. Like I think of coveting and appreciation existing on the same spectrum. So if you got like not a graph but a line, right? Like okay, fine, like a graph, and you think of two ends of the line. One side is appreciation, the other side is coveting. It's a very fine difference. Like you appreciate, and then
at some point,
if you're not careful with your thoughts and with like just your heart posture, it would turn into coveting. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. And I think that, as you said, there's first of all a very fine line between the two.
Yeah.
And it's hard to differentiate sometimes between, okay, when is it coveting and when is it simple appreciation? And I think that I don't know. I guess I would say that the way to differentiate the two would probably be something around when it becomes competitive. When it becomes competition is good, not competitive. When it comes comparison, right? When it's always like comparing myself to another, and like I don't have what they have, or I don't have what you understand. Like the keeping up with the Joneses mentality, which is another saying, but the keeping up with the Joneses mentality. I don't have what they have. I don't. Let me explain it a different way. I think there's definitely something to be said about having a standard for yourself or expectations or a drive to be better and to achieve things, right?
Yeah.
But when it's always comparing it to what someone else has, then that's when it becomes a challenge.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think comparison really kills. Like it's
That's a great phrase, actually. We should coin that. Comparison kills, right?
by Joyce.
By Joyce. It was a mutual
effort.
That was a mutual effort.
No,
okay.
No.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay. All right. All right. So,
but like I think But okay, so comparison kills. I agree, but then it's a natural instinct, isn't it?
Yes, I think that it's a natural instinct. But we as humans have to overcome many of our natural instincts, right? So in order to live fulfilled lives, we have to overcome many of our natural instincts.
Yes.
But it is a natural instinct. It is
Yeah.
to see what someone else, I want that. Or, man, it must be so much better for them. Look, they have this. I think that that's a given. But if we want to live really fulfilled lives, then I think that we have to be careful with that. Because
And,
you know what? Let me say this. Honestly, there's nothing worse than a jealous friend.
Oh, those people are so annoying.
I mean-
So annoying because they're always complaining, right?
Yes.
They're always complaining. It's never enough.
It's never enough.
It's never enough. And like they may have it all, and they're still complaining. So
Right.
so annoying. Like nobody likes that.
I agree with you.
Okay, this is what I was gonna say. I'm sorry if I seem a little bit like discombobulated because I was thinking comparison, competition, like all these things we're talking about. It's really difficult living in our society nowadays. I think it's a lot easier 30 plus years ago.
Right.
Actually, 20 plus years ago, 10 plus years ago, before social media.
That's what I was going to
Like-
talk about.
It's like in our face every day.
It's in our face.
And everyone puts forth their.
It's their agent. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
It's their agent. Everybody's social media is not like, many times it's not their real self. It's not who they really are, right? It's the most finely tuned, coiffed, most perfect version of themselves that they typically put on social media. Nobody's like getting right out of bed, face all messed up, breast stinking. I know you couldn't say, but let me social media. No, nobody's doing that.
But like to some extent, that's courtesy.
It's a courtesy.
Because, like, okay, as our audience, who, like, if we just rolled out of bed, like, okay, I brushed my hair this morning, okay? And I didn't just roll out of bed and then
my makeup.
turn on the camera and be like, hey, welcome to Unanswered. Like, nobody wants to see that.
Right, but I think there's a difference between being professional,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And being perfect or presenting as perfect. Not
Okay,
even
okay.
being perfect, but presenting as perfect. There's a difference between being professional.
Because it's almost like lying.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you're presenting a side that's really not yourself.
Yeah, and not only that, it's we're getting a little bit off topic, but the point is just that with social media, people are always presenting their best self, and because of that, when people see it, we think, "Oh, that's the way life should be." Oh, they must have it so easy. Oh, and so it gets people to think that that's what life is like for them every day. You see so many people who are on there and they're blinging and they're in their G6 and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's the craziness, right?
It's like cocktail hour every day.
Every day I have cocktail hour. Every day I'm like, come on, man. Like, and some of that stuff is so scripted.
Yes.
Some of it is so. I don't know a better way to say it. Some of it's just so fake.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is not possible. This is not possible. No one can live up to these type of standards.
Yeah.
But it's easy after you're inundated with that every day to start to think, oh, well, this is the way life should be.
What you're saying is social media fuels this
Fuels it.
concept
Absolutely.
of the grass is always greener on the
Right.
other side. Yes.
And it's wild because we're on social media.
Right.
But we're talking about the detrimental aspects of social media.
I mean,
with everything, there's positives and there's negatives.
Yes.
And with this is one of the negative things that it can happen,
Yeah.
And so but leads me to another thing, another point. And let me see if you agree with this. I've heard many people say that, well, and this is with the grass is greener concept, that if I had enough money, then all my problems would be resolved, right? And that's their whole grass is greener. I just don't have enough money. If I have enough money, then all my problems are
The
gone.
biggest myth of all.
Yes.
Okay, so while I've never been filthy rich,
That's what you say. That's what you say. We're not going to go back into your past, okay? But I digress. Let's go.
I mean, like,
It's all about perspective.
No, but
It's all about
that's what I'm
perspective.
saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. While I've never been filthy rich,
Okay,
like
yes.
I've never owned a private jet, okay?
Yes.
But I've seen enough to see that everybody has their own troubles, like the rich and the poor.
Yes.
And And so it's not like, I think I've seen enough to not buy into this myth. Does that make sense?
Yes. It's even though rich people have problems just as much as everybody else. So that's what we're saying.
Yes.
It doesn't make a difference who you are. They're just different problems.
They're different problems.
Right? The problems that I have are not necessarily problems that Elon Musk has, okay?
But Elon Musk has other
some
problems.
He has some problems.
Hi, Elon.
Hey, Elon, if you're watching, and we don't mean that offensively, we're just saying.
We're just saying.
We know
like
you have
a lot.
problems.
Yes.
Hey, if you have problems, leave them in the comments, Elon. We'd love to hear what some of your problems are. Please show these people that you too have problems, okay? All right? So if Elon actually leaves a comment, I'm going to go nuts, okay? Really. I'm just saying.
Well, let's tag him.
Let's tag him, okay? But anyway, everybody has problems, right?
Yes.
And speaking of it reminds me, who was it? Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
So Mike Tyson was heavyweight fighter.
Yes.
I mean, powerful. I mean, one of the most devastating boxers out there. KO King.
Yes.
First round knocking people out. I remember I was like, dude, you could pay me enough to get in the ring with Mike Tyson.
Right?
This guy's crazy.
What are
right?
people thinking?
Nah, you couldn't pay me enough. That's the one fight. If I got into a fight with him, they could pay me. They could pay me.
But I'd be like,
he swing out. And I would just lay down. I would not move a muscle. People, you threw that fight. I was like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Now give me my paychecks so I can go home.
You better fake it really well.
I was faint, like right inside the ring. But I digress, okay? There's some fights you gotta know. You gotta choose your battles wisely.
Gosh.
That's not a winnable fight, right?
Oh my goodness.
But back to Mike Tyson. He was. This is after he had gone through some of the stuff. He'd been at the height of the pinnacle of his career, and it had started to come down. He had done an interview, and in that interview, I remember it. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact words, but he says something to the effect of anybody who says or who thinks or says that money will solve all their problems has never been rich.
Oh, wow.
Right. He's like, anybody who thinks that has never had any amount of real money.
That sounds like him speaking from experience.
That's from experience, right?
Yes.
And this guy, we're talking about a guy who had pet tigers, right? Who,
yes.
he was at the top of his game.
Like material-wise, he does not lack.
Yes. But he really faced a lot of issues, a lot of problems, a lot of struggles. And so with all of that, man, there was a lot that he had to deal with, you know? So, yeah. So that's a perfect example, I think.
Yes.
That money won't solve all of your issues.
Very profound. I totally agree. I think it's a myth that people buy into.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely a myth. And it doesn't solve. It's just the problems are different. They look different. So we're talking about we understand that money won't solve your issues, and I think, let me be clear, I think that having money is a fantastic tool if we use it as a tool, right? It has its place. If we use it as a tool, yes, it works for us, but we have to keep it as a tool, right?
And that's the hard part.
And that's a hard part.
That's the hard part.
'Cause
what did Rick say to you? Remember your friend Rick?
Yes, Rick. Rick was a mentor, actually. And Rick, if you're watching, man, I miss you. I hope everything's going well. But Rick would always tell me he would always say, "Joe, may all your problems be financial." And I was like, the first time he said that, I was like, "What? How dare you wish such bad things on me?"
So Rick.
But what he meant was he was saying, "Joe, financial problems are the best problems that you can actually have." Why? Because there's always a way to make money.
It's highly solvable.
It's highly solvable. There's always a way to make money. The kind of problems you don't want to have are health problems.
Yes.
Family problems.
Relational
problems. Those are the hardest problems to solve, especially health problems. Right?
Man,
there's no amount of money you can give for that.
Just met a friend last night. We were out on the streets, and she just told me that she had cancer.
Yeah.
And it's so heartbreaking, and that's the kind of thing.
Yeah, we're praying for her. It's just
that's the kind of thing. Like it's like what do you do?
And that's what I mean.
When
There's
your health
no amount of money that
Fails.
you would not give
Yes.
to trade,
Yes.
right? It's like, so I say that to you guys today, may all your problems be financial, because there's always a way to make money. Health problems, relational, those are the worst. They're just the hardest to recover from. So, yeah.
So I guess it all comes down to when we think about the grass is greener on the other side, if we don't want to be caught in this vicious cycle, because coveting and
Yeah.
wanting what other people have is a vicious cycle that we can't really a
It's hard to get
hamster
it. Yeah.
a hamster
The hamster
wheel
wheel.
kind of thing. It's really hard to it's really hard to get out. So I think it all comes down to asking this question: what is your standard?
Yeah,
Right?
I agree. Absolutely.
Because if your standards are what other people have, okay, let me say it this way: if other people sets your standard for you, then you're on the hamster wheel.
You're on the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
And
You're
or
in
if
that
you're
cycle.
allowing people to
No,
set
that's
that
what I'm
standard.
saying.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if we scroll on the phone and let social media, let TikTok set that standard for
Right.
us, then we're in the wheel.
We're in the wheel, and
We're
we're
like-
always living life by that grass is greener mentality, right?
Yes.
Because it's only going to be comparison. It's only going to be trying to get what this person has. And I think that each one of us has to have, it's okay for us to have a standard for ourselves, to want to have nice things, right? That's perfectly fine. But then we can work toward that, and that standard is applied to me. It's not necessarily applied to everyone else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Don't get me wrong. I have spent many a years comparing myself to others, wanting things that I don't have, but now that I'm a little bit older and hopefully wiser,
Much more wiser.
and I look back and I'm like, why was I comparing myself to this person? I'm not good at math. I can tell the world this. I'm not good at math, but I'm good at other things.
Right.
Right. But if I constantly compare myself to a mathematician, to an engineer,
Right, right.
I remember in high school, I keep asking myself, oh my goodness, you are Chinese. Why do you suck at math? Right? Like I try and try and try, because supposedly all Chinese people are really good at math. And I mean, this is a stereotype that's very true.
It's very prevalent, but it's also true.
But it's, I mean,
all stereotypes are built in some form of truth.
Yes, but
there's some, yeah.
But there are always exceptions, and
Yes.
I am the exception.
Yeah.
I'm not good at math, so I kept asking myself, why can't I be like them? Why can't I be like them? And if I get to talk to my 15-year-old self today, I would say, dear, don't try to be like them.
Yeah,
You will
like-
never be a mathematician. You will never be an engineer. But you will do this. You will own a business. You will manage things really well. You
will
get
be
married.
amazing. You'll be like the best. Don't make me go there, okay? PG. We keep this PG, okay? Okay. So
But you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Okay, and I'll give it a quick example, really quick. I also want to say I said something a minute ago. I just want to clarify. I said that many stereotypes. I want to say many stereotypes are grounded in some type of actual
Truth, yes.
truth. Yes. Okay. Not all, but many. I'll say
Yes,
that. Right.
yes.
So, but I digress. My example. I used to give this when I would do typical when I would do I can't speak English. I might have to do the rest of this broadcast in Chinese. 欢迎你们来. No, I'll go back to English. Here we go. All right. So there was this I used to do this training, and I would always show this picture, and in this picture it was these 5 animals. It's like an elephant. There's a dog, or a cat, there's a squirrel, there's a monkey, there's a fish, and they're all lined up in a row. And there's a guy
How does
standing
the
there.
fish line up?
Well, the fish is sitting in a goldfish bowl.
Oh, okay.
And there's a man standing there. He's standing by a tree, and the man says, "Hey, we're gonna have a race. See which one of you can get up the tree the fastest." Right? And so in that
Useless
example,
test.
yeah, right. The elephant has no chance. I mean, he could probably reach it in his trunk. The dog,
But
that's not going to happen.
He's not climbing.
Right. So the one that's getting there the quickest is
the
going to be the
monkey.
squirrel, the monkey,
Yeah.
right? The fish has no chance.
Poor fish.
Fish has no chance.
That's how I felt in high school.
And that's exactly how it is. It's like the standard for the fish, if you're, some people are these fish, and you're asking a fish to try to climb a tree, there's no chance.
No.
But if you put that fish in the right environment, if you get him like in the place where he's supposed to be with the standard that he's supposed to have, he can swim circles around every single one of those animals because he's going to be the best swimmer. And so it's a matter of being in the right place and making sure that you're going by the standard that you need to set for yourself,
Yes.
and not necessarily by some other standard for somebody else.
Yes. But like, that's the thing though. Like, I think I'm so passionate about this because I just hate seeing us, the collective us, being lied to every day. It's like, you know, the world is trying to like slap these like standards, impose these standards on our lives that are like impossible.
They're impossible.
You know, how you look, how much you should weigh, like, you know, for ladies.
Right. It's not just for ladies, it's for men too.
What purses you should wear, like, you know, like the shoes, like the car you drive, like all these things. Like it kind of like it chips at our self-esteem. If we're not if we're not careful, it chips at our self-esteem.
Right. And so the challenge becomes to have the right mindset, right, to be able to battle that, right? And that's the part of the question I want to ask is, so what, and I have an answer, but I think you probably have an answer too. What would be the way to combat this? What would be the way to this mentality? How do you like defend against it? What would you say? So
this is what I would say. Instead of looking outward externally for people to set the standard for me, I set it for myself.
Absolutely.
I set it for myself, and I don't look to others to set that standard. I look at my own potential. And I remember actually, even back in my high school days, having debates with my friends about this same thing. I'm just like, dude, all of us are unique. Look at our fingerprints. Like, every one of us have a different set of fingerprints. It's like snowflakes, right? Like, every one of us is different. So
I think that is so amazing that we're all unique. And I think that's a great fact. In fact, we're so unique that if you take your finger, this is a quick experiment. If you take your finger only fits perfectly in your nose. It doesn't fit perfectly in anybody else's. Look, watch. No, just watch. Okay, then try the other way.
stop.
Your finger only fits perfectly in your nose.
What is your point?
It's perfect. It's unique. If my finger doesn't fit anybody else, and why? Why does my finger only fit perfectly in my nose? Why? Okay. All right. But I digress. These are the thoughts that go through my mind, okay? But I digress. Getting back to, let me talk about a practical way.
Unique. I'm not done, okay?
Oh, okay. Go keep going. I'm sorry.
We're
My fault.
unique. And so there's no point of us trying to compare ourselves to other people. Because if we don't exist, the world actually loses something valuable. This is how I see it anyways. Like, if I look at myself and I know my potential is here, then I compare myself against my own potential.
Right.
Like, where I am now and where I could be. And
that's the standard.
yeah, that's the standard for me.
That makes sense.
Because, like, if I'm a goldfish and, you know, I let that man set the standard for me.
Right.
For,
this is the standard. Climb a tree.
Like,
right.
I will be depressed all my life.
Yes. And I
won't get anywhere.
Yeah, you won't get anywhere. You'll feel like you're like
I'm a failure.
You're a failure. When in actuality, you're the best when you're in the right environment. Yeah.
Yes.
So
like, put me in the water.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. The grass is not always green on the other side because the other side may not be the environment that you need to be in.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Makes sense?
Right?
Right.
Yeah. That's what I think.
I think that practical, because the question was, like, what are ways to combat that? I think a practical way to combat that is simply like gratitude.
Okay, how does that tie in?
Being grateful for what I have.
Oh, okay.
Being thankful and grateful for what I have. That doesn't mean that I can't strive for more, that I shouldn't look for more, but I should be aware of what I have and thankful and grateful for that. A practical thing that people can do is like, well, I've done this in the past. I know you have too, and that's just like to sit and think about, hey, what am I thankful for today? What am I grateful for today? And write that down, and you start to like look at things from a different perspective,
Yes. You
right?
know what? That reminds me of this professor at the Harvard Business School.
Uh-huh.
His name is Dr. Arthur Brooks. He is amazing. Do you know what he teaches
What does he teach?
at Harvard? He teaches happiness.
What? Hey, Harvard. If you guys need somebody else to join and teach in happiness, I would love to teach on
He
happiness.
is amazing. If you haven't heard him, go on Instagram. He's got a ton of stuff, and he is so wise and so profound.
Okay.
And just recently, I heard a little clip of him saying, "Gratitude melts contempt."
Yeah, that's great.
And I think it kinds of tie into what we're talking about, because in one sense we feel this like envy, this covetousness of we want what other people have. It's
Right.
because we take contempt at what we have.
Right.
We're not happy with what we have, so we look elsewhere.
You look at what everybody else has,
Yes.
and, oh, well, it must
And
be better
then-
over there to be that person. It's like, wait, no.
Yeah.
And I think that this may sound wild, but I think that once we understand and learn how to be content and appreciative and grateful for what we have, then when we move into those other circles where we have something else, maybe even something that's equivalent to what someone else has, we're much more grateful in those positions.
And confident.
Exactly. Right.
Because we're not comparing.
Right. It's not about
with
comparison
people.
at that point.
It's not.
Right.
It's about appreciation
Yeah.
at that point. It's like, okay, I know who I am, and these people should know who they are, so we could interact like adults, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not like teenagers trapped in adult bodies.
You're absolutely right. And so let me, if I can issue a challenge,
Yeah.
a weekly challenge. A challenge for this week is this: each one of you, like, to sit down and write down for every day this week. Write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. Don't just say them in your head, write them down, and then you can say them out loud, okay? But just see how that changes your perspective on those things or those issues. If you want to, you can leave a list in the comments of the things that you're grateful for. We'd love to get that. Even every day, list the things that you're grateful for, and we're going to try to do that for us as well. So, yeah, I think that'd be fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and like, if we did that, like if regularly we did that, it would start to change our mindset, and we wouldn't
Absolutely.
have that grass is greener mentality.
Yes,
That makes
I think
sense.
that's a really good idea.
Cool. Well, I think that's all we have for today, right? And so we
Hope
want
you
to.
enjoy this.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed it. We want to thank you for joining us for another episode of Unanswered,
Unanswered.
a podcast where we will always try to think, question, and connect. Once again, I'm Joe and this is Joyce. Before we leave, we're going to ask you to go ahead and press that subscribe button. Go ahead. We want to know who you are, and also
Follow us on your favorite social media platform. We are on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and on X. So please come by and say hi. Tell us who you are. Leave a comment for us. We would love to hear from you.
let us know if there's an Arabic equivalent of the grass is greener on the other side. Leave that in the comments as well. Let us know who you are, and we'd love to hear from you, as we said before. Thank you. We are very, very grateful. We're grateful for you. We're thankful for you. We're thankful for all of you who have subscribed and are part of our community, and we hope to meet each and every one of you someday soon. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.